It was a near record-setting night in the Vine Center. Unfortunately, the Flames found themselves on the wrong side of history as the Campbell Camels come in here and take down the Liberty Flames 94-85, your final score. Alongside Paul Nazigan, once again, my name is Nick Pierce. 23 made three-pointers tonight for the Camels. That's the most ever by an opponent in the Vine Center. Ties a Big South record, and they were 5 away from the NCAA all-time Division I record. Camels were blistering the whole game. They shot 64% from the field, 27 made shots, 23 of them from behind the arc. Paul, have you ever seen anything like that?
No,
On a video game?
Right.
I mean,
it was almost like that. And again, just you sort of knew. Chris Clemens, great scorer. You knew kind of what you were going to see, but as a team to just be that on fire right from the tip. Liberty just sort of didn't have an answer from beyond the arc there. And again, Liberty played well offensively. We'll kind of get into that later, but just the story was just they never cooled off. Campbell just seemed to have the hot hand the whole night from beyond the arc.
Campbell got off to a 14-0 start. The Flames did not score until about under 16 mark in this game to start things out. Flames trailed by as many as 17 in the first half. Did find a way to whittle things down to 5 by halftime. Keegan McDowell knocking down a bucket at the buzzer. The Flames would cut it to 47-42. Then Liberty to start the second half with a 5-0 run. Scotty James would tie things up, taking the ball up to the basket. Nice move for Scotty. That would knot it up at 47, but that's as close as the Flames would come. This night belonged to Chris Clemens of Campbell. 11 of 16 shooting, 10 made three-pointers, and a season-high 42 points for Clemens. Also, Marcus Burke tonight, 32 points. He doubled his season average on the year as the Camels blistering from the field. And Paul, you talk about offensively here tonight for Liberty. I think most nights 50% for the game, 85 points. Flames are going to win by double digits.
Yeah, 4 guys in double figures. I mean, you would take that on any night where they win the battle of the boards. So yeah, just looking at the stats, you'd say Liberty had a good outing, and they really have. So I mean, there are things in that you can build on. 13 assists, and that's something that coach was preaching about, moving the ball more, getting other guys involved. So Liberty comes up short on the scoreboard, but does a lot of good things offensively. And again, I think just a huge win is what they did to cut the lead in that first half. I mean, they're down, they're getting punched left and right, and the heart and character that team showed to come back and whittle it away, get stops on the defensive end. And go down, score. You saw other guys getting involved. Ryan Kemwright seems like he's, back to being himself. Keegan McDowell comes alive like we know he could. And to go into halftime down 5 just showed tremendous character. And, jump out the halftime, tie it up.
Right.
And, again, on any other night, I think that would have been enough to put you over the top. But just the hot shooting from Campbell just was unstoppable.
You mentioned Keegan McDowell. He got 32 minutes tonight, went 5 of 8 from the field with 13 points. He was one of those 4 men in double figures. Should mention that the Flames were without the services of Lavelle Campbell tonight, dealing with a knee injury. Do not know his status going forward. We understand that he's seen the doctor, but we don't know officially what's going to happen from that point on. That makes a big difference, not just offensively, but certainly defensively against a guy like Clemens.
Yeah, it sure does, because Lavelle Campbell has done a great job on Clemens in years past. But, that was something we said in the open on television is other guys were going to have to step up in Lavelle's absence. And Keegan does a great job offensively. Elijah Cuffey did a great job defensively stepping up. I mean, nobody's going to be able to shut Clemens down, but that's what it's going to take, and you even saw Georgie kind of limp off. We need to check on his status there right at the end. But we've talked about Liberty's depth this year. Now's the time where they're going to have to show it. These other guys that are capable going to have to step in, be the next man up, and get ready to battle again the next time they take the floor.
Mentioned Georgie Pacheco-Ortiz. He led the Flames tonight with 24 points. We do not have an update on his status. Just know that he went down with about a minute to go, tweaked to what looked like an ankle or a leg or something along those lines. But do not have an update on him at the moment, but we did get comments from head coach Richie McKay after the ball game.
We hang our hat on our defense, but fellas, can I call a spade a spade? I mean, that was a shooting clinic. They were shooting from way beyond the arc. They were making them, and they got confidence, and they kept rolling. That there's not many teams in the country against any defense that will shoot that high of a percentage, even a zone or a bad defense. And we don't play bad defense, but they got a rhythm, and two guys got a rhythm especially, and they're a tough out. When they shoot it like that, they could beat anyone. And Lavelle Campbell makes a difference for us. I'm not trying to make excuses, but we have two freshmen that are playing a ton of minutes, and playing against that with one-day prep, it's a recipe for disaster. Again, I think when you're down 14-0 after a 4-game losing streak and having a team shoot whatever Asheville shot, 63% against us, there's a lot of groups that I think would have quit or would have got blown out of here. And I don't think we ever took the lead, but I think we got it even. And I think it shows that our group they're giving a great effort.
Just going into the game, I think I came in when it was 14-0. I was just trying to do whatever I could to help the team. It's all about the winning process. It was nothing anything serious, but we were just trying to fight back inch by inch, like one play at a time.
They hit a couple of bombs. They hit some really, really deep ones, some really contested ones. I mean, when you play a team that shoots 69% from three, it's going to be a little difficult, and that's something that we battled tonight. But the guys on our team, we kept battling no matter what, and we brought it tie ball game, and then just didn't have enough energy, didn't have enough to pull it out in the end.
94-85, your final score here again tonight. Campbell wins it over Liberty, and leading scorer for the Flames, Georgie Pacheco-Ortiz with 24. Other leaders for the Flames tonight, Ryan Kemwright had 17 points, 15 for Scotty James, and also 13 for Keegan McDowell off the bench with 32 minutes here tonight. Flames with a loss now fall to 3-6 in conference play, 12-10 overall. 5 straight losses now for the Flames, and Coach McKay was not shy about saying it after the ball game. This team needs rest right now, and going forward, the next game is not until Saturday. Liberty will visit Presbyterian College. A few days in between there to rest. The Flames will be off here on Wednesday just to try to mend themselves a little bit with the injury to Lavelle. You're dealing with multiple other things. Then obviously Isaiah Williams, we don't know when he's going to be back either. A lot of things going on right now. A lot of guys having to play some minutes that they haven't been asked to play.
Yeah, and so, playing on Tuesday, they get an extra day of rest. The rest of the conference will play tomorrow night, so they need to utilize that. You need rest, and, that's not only physical rest, that's mental rest. But, you go down to PC. Again, it's not going to be easy, but, again, that's a game that you can go down there and recommit and win and just kind of right the ship a little bit. And, guys are injured, but – when you have a situation like this, it doesn't get easy. You got to circle the wagons and just, you can't let up. You got to just work yourself through it. A lot of teams around the country go through difficult times and injuries, so you just got to keep fighting.
Well, Liberty and Presbyterian will square off on Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock. Flames did beat the Blue Hose on this floor earlier this year, 60-48, so maybe a little bit of confidence and momentum carry over from that game for Liberty as they try to stop the skid on Saturday. Until then, from the Vine Center, final score tonight, Campbell 94, Liberty 85. For Paul Nazigan, my name is Nick Pierce.